morning, good morning. NFP just hit. We are live on Friday, NFP Friday. Gonna see what the market wants to do. Right off the bat, we see the market dropping. We have a swing low sell side I have marked out sitting right here. Let's see if that's the right one I'm referring to. No, that's not. Get rid of a couple things here. Here we go. All right. Make sure I'm live. Everything's working correctly. All right, we're here to watch the news. See if we get any setups before open because of NFP. I can already tell you I like this. Draw on liquidity to go higher into the 5-minute time frame. So I'd like to see if we can get sell side taken and then a reversal. That would be very nice. We ran these equal highs here and went lower. That's good. It's a good coffee this morning. I'm a little early for trading today, and that's because of NFP. So we're just going to hang out. Good morning, BF. How you doing, my friend? We are looking at a couple levels here this morning. We were watching this fair value gap, this swing high, and this low. Right now, I think we're going to push for this low. That is where my gut's telling me we're going. I don't know if it's my gut or if it's my eyeballs. Because it looks pretty obvious that it wants to go there. But I could be wrong. We're looking at the 30-second chart right now. 1 minute's here. I like the 30-second right now because of this fair value gap. There's our close above. I'm not taking the first one here. I think we're too close to this draw on liquidity to the downside. This is external liquidity. I'm not ready to take that quite yet. It does look like it wants to start moving though. Bull Trap has done some damage. Yeah, I didn't think I heard some stuff on Twitter, on X, that we are gonna potentially go to all-time highs again. I don't think so. We really could see a reversal here though. There's a real possibility we run this low and then we start running the data highs. Data highs are very probable. It's very common to get the data highs. We got this nice large 5-minute fair value gap sitting above it, but I want to wait. I really want to hit this. So I'm interested in playing that short, to be honest. Let me make sure I got my micro account set up here. It should pop up here on the screen here in a second. I'm watching this fair value gap sitting right here. I want to see that close below. It wicked into it to bounce, but let's see if we can see it push through here. Sorry, I know you can't see it. I'm trying to get my micro account screen up because I'm going to be trading off of it today. Just hold it here. All right. So I'm waiting for this to break. I want to see that break through real quick. Oh, what a retracement that was. See if we got this up here. No close, still no close. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get my micro account. I has to register this account, or it has to register my screen on OBS, and sometimes it takes a minute for it to do it. There's a push high right here. I'm not looking at anything long until we close above this high right here. We have to close on the 5-minute time frame. We need to close above that to really want to be long. Do we got the micros up yet? Come on. Okay. We may not get any of that, guys. Sorry. Good morning. See how NQ behaves in the weekly fair value gap. 18,281 is a weekly swing low. I was expecting a retracement during London and then down. No, we got it. We got it straight up. Here, I want to see this. This would be nice right here. We're at 745. It's technically like a macro, but I don't put too much weight into it. Oh, that's... So we'll have a 1-minute fair value gap right here. And we did sweep those highs. Closed on the 30-second, but we still have this 30-second fair value gap. I like this 30-second probably more because it's lower. I want to see it close beneath that. There's an immediate rebalance right there with this candle's high. We rebalance that. I want to see a push lower, which would be nice right there. Doesn't look like we're going to get that. May have my sights stuck on the slow, but that's where I think we're going. Nice, some equal highs at 18,804. Equal highs or equal lows? 18. Oh, 18.8. Yeah, okay. Well, that's way higher. Yeah. Yeah, good call. Good call on that. I definitely see that. I want it to run after we grab that sell side. I really want to grab that sell side. Going to watch for open market symmetry with the dollar. Absolutely. I know I'm on a little early this morning, guys, but I figured it would be worth it with NFP. We got equal highs right here too. I guess we could run those real quick and then run lower. Get some manipulation in this leg. Let's see if it wants to run these equal highs here first and then do like have a turtle soup type entry. Because then we would be wicking up into this 5-minute large fair value gap. But I want this, ideally I want this 5-minute to close below this swing high here. So now that we're here, I'd love us to start moving lower again. I would be looking for a 1-minute change in state of delivery if I'm doing a turtle stoop from here. So I need it to close, well, it would be closed beneath here. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Reason why I wanted to run this low is if we don't run this low and we start going higher, we could really see much higher prices. And I really want us to run the low so we are bearish on the month and the week. That's really what I'd like to see. But you can't deny this. It's definitely bullish right now. I think the target, if we decide not to run these lows, will be the data high sitting right here. All right, let's see if I can get these micros up yet. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for those that are on, what are we doing? Honestly, right now we're sitting, waiting for something obvious to come up. I have my levels, but I don't have anything obvious to do because we have a couple different options. We have the data highs with the fair value gap sitting above it. This 5-minute fair value gap looks really nice. Looks really, really nice. I really like that idea. We have this one minute or 30-second fair value gap. That is our inversion to the upside. Okay. We also have these the swing low on the sell side. That is really obvious as well. So we're just waiting for the opportunity for something to show. Because right now we don't have anything. If I'm looking at something, I would consider this 1 minute right here. As this turning into a BPR, hitting the 5-minute time frame. What does it look like on the 15-minute here? Yeah, so we just had a 15-minute wick with so nothing on the 15-minute time frame. We also got this 1 minute here that we respected. Got a 30-second right here for higher. I don't know. It may want to just go higher there if it closes. Okay, that was really fast. I took that 30-second inversion. Just closed it at the high. I literally switched over to it. It closed. I took it. It's high, and I just didn't have any time to really communicate with you guys, especially since there's about a 20-second delay. So I took that on just a single micro account because there's a lot of volatility. It still gave me what was that? 30 handles. Is that what that is? 20 handles. You could just tell by the volatility of this candle how aggressive it started going higher. As soon as it closed above this, I knew I was going to take it. I mean, I didn't even have to watch it that long. When you see such aggression and you have really close swing highs, you can relatively quickly move your stop to break even and let it play out. All right, so if I'm putting some foresight in, I really like this high, low, higher, high. I'm liking this for a breaker to the downside. If we choose to go that way, right there, that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. I'm not sure how probable that is because we have these data highs, we got equal highs, and we got this nice 5-minute fair value gap up there. So we got to see what price wants to do here first. But I do like that as an idea if we see some true aggression to the downside. If we see some, like we're seeing here, you see this candle that this idea just popped in my head as soon as I saw this large candle close above this. When you have such aggression on that, it just, there it is. I want to see that type of moment for a downside move, and we just haven't seen any of those. We really haven't seen any of those types of moments ever since we came down. So ever since this moment here, we really haven't seen any aggression to the downside. It's only been to the upside. So if that's going to change, I need to see it in the charts. I need to see it in the charts. Now, do you see the difference between this this candle here for this inversion, and then if we were to play that one, that's just creeping through it. It's a creeper. I don't like creepers. I like showers. Good morning. Deborah, it's been a minute. Where you been? How you been? What you been up to? You haven't given up on trading, have you? Glad you're here, though, either way. I'm glad you haven't given up on trading. You got to commit to at least, give it 2 years. Allow yourself 2 years. Give yourself 2 years. You will see. All right, there's a close below. I'm not a fan of this. We did wick into this 1 minute fair value gap. So we do have reason that it could run lower. I'm just not going to take it on this one. It's not as obvious as this one was to me. It's clear, but it's just not as obvious. This one's screaming, take me, take me. This one saying, yeah, I'm deciding if I want to go. Okay, I'm going to show myself now. Maybe I'm not going to go. And it just comes over time. I've been doing good, Deborah. I would say overall, the month of July was a little rough on my end. Not as smooth sailing as I like to be. I think I got out of it. I had one day I had a major loss. I shared it on one of my streams. But I got through that, figured out some of those details, and it was about going back to the fundamentals of trading. Yeah, if you only got 2 months into this, yeah, you have to give it 2 years. Okay? Just mentally get to the place where you're going to go, okay, 2 years it is. I'm going to do it. And then you just start. It's like you allow yourself to breathe, and you will see more growth because of that mental decision than you would by trying to make something happen sooner. When I first started, I was all about I need to make money quickly, and the only thing I did was lose money. And then I remember the day. I remember the day when I told my wife, I was like, you know what? I'm okay if it takes 2 years. I'm going to learn this. I'm okay. I'm removing the idea of making money, and my primary objective is education. And that was really a big turning point. I've had several turning points in my trading career. But that was a big one. Certainly was. Okay, we came up to the equilibrium of this fair value gap on the 5 minute. Do you guys see that right here on the charts? I'm going to zoom that bad boy up since we got nothing going on. If you got the motivation, transfer that into the fundamentals, working on the fundamentals, sitting on your hands, not taking stupid trades, being patient, waiting for your specific model. If you have a specific model, make sure it's written out and you can go down the checklist of all the items that you need to go through and do that. Here is this. Let's see what happens here. I want to see a fair value gap. I want to see it explode lower. I don't want it to see it close here. I want to see a fair value gap left right here. I really want to see a fair value gap left. Okay, there's a fair value gap. If we tag that right now, I'll go short, probably. I'll take that as a chance. It's wicking into this 1 minute right here, or this fair value gap on the 1 minute. All right, I think I'm going to take that. Let's see what happens here. We're wicking lower. We wicked below this. This could be a turtle soup, but I'm going short. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm only in a micro. That's irritating. I'm up 70 ticks on this bad boy, and it's going to be a tiny move. Oh, that's frustrating. I didn't have my things correctly. Targeting this low right here. Let me see if the micro is working. It is not. Shoot. Here, let me do this. I really want to. We're going to. All right. This is the trade I'm in right now. We just closed below this candle here. So I'm looking for it to run here. I'm going to set my stop to break even. Stop set to break even. Looking for this low target right here. If it comes back and hits break even, it is what it is. Come on. You know what? I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to see if I can get another entry. If it comes back up here. Let me do this here real quick. It might give us another entry. Okay, I'm going to wait for it to hit this level here and then not take it on the stab, but look for a change in state of delivery. Okay? I don't want to take it on the stab. We want to make sure price wants to find some type of reversal here before you just take it long and then you just get blown out of the water. That's the last thing we want to do. So the 1 minute change in state of delivery right now is right here, or the 30-second. If we go to the 1 minute, we're still waiting on that 1 minute to close. Okay, there's one close. It closed right into the middle of that fair value gap. Let's see if we get it to turn right here. Still sitting here, guys. We like that slowing down there. We just want it to show us it wants to go the other direction by a candle close. Being patient. Patience pays. Patience pays. Patience pays. All right, see how we were patient on that and we find out that price does not want to go lower? This tells me we're probably going to the data highs. Do we got any other opportunities here? Okay, nothing here. Shoot. All right, if we are in fact running to the data highs, this is our intermediate swing low. I want to see a candle come into this fair value gap right here and not run that low. If we do this and we come down here and don't run this low, I'm going to look for an inversion fair value gap in this leg, or fair value gap in this leg, a bearish fair value gap in this leg, and then we're going to look to inverse that to go higher. That's the idea that I'm looking for right now. So it would look something like this, where we come down here and then we move higher, and then come on. And there's a fair value gap like right here that we inverse. Something like that. That's what I'd be looking for. This is order flow. And going back, good morning, Wilhelm. How you doing, my friend? And going back to Deborah, the fundamentals. One of the fundamentals that you have to become good at is you have to be able to read price action. You got to be able to read order flow. And I could be wrong, but part of reading order flow is coming up with potential scenarios based on just your time in front of the charts, and then see if it plays out that way. Reading order blocks, reading the change in state of delivery, right? We were waiting for the change in state of delivery right in this on the 1 minute, and we never got it. So it didn't give us an opportunity. Just knowing things like that and reading price is just going to help you immensely in your trading career. What's order flow? This is the order flow for the candlesticks. Order flows are basically what large traders are doing. They're putting orders, they're selling, they're buying, and this is where the order flow is going. So as you watch the order flow, you are trying to identify support and resistance. Like right here, there's a nice bullish order block. A bullish order block. And right above it, you have a nice 30-second fair value gap that price went into, right? That is reading order flow and realizing, oh, we found resistance here at this order block and this 1 minute or this fair value gap, and we moved the other direction. Oh, we just grabbed these equal swing highs right here. Are we going to reverse right now? If we reverse, this is kind of what I would be watching for, and that might be an opportunity. I'm not taking that because it just takes... It's not something you would want to take, but we're reading the order flow in front of us. They're kind of like supply and demand. It's where The technical ICT terminology is this. When you see a down closed candle like this right before a big move, this candle that runs lower right there is where all of the smart money traders are buying. They buy on down closed candles. They have to, because when people are selling their positions for it to go down, what's the word I'm looking for? Not smart money traders, but higher time frame. What's the word I'm looking for, guys? Institutions are buying long on red candles, and then they start selling on green candles. So this is why order blocks work. Institutions are going long here. So when it comes back down, they start buying again when it hits the institutional buying levels, and they start buying again so it can go long. This is why order blocks work, right? Being able to identify the correct order block is a skill. You have to be able to do that, though. And it takes time. I miss those sometimes. But you obviously can see them in hindsight what works, because it's the last down close candle before a large move, and it's the lowest one, right? This is what I'm watching. Now, I can tell you right away, though, what I don't like is how absolutely gigantic this is. It's 65 handles. That's a lot. So what I would be interested in is us coming like up to here, close to it, and coming down, creating this order block, a down closed candle, and then closing above it. That I would rather see that. Giving me a down closed candle here as an order block to find support. But we have this is aggressive right here. Did that happen this morning? What happened this morning? This down close candle right here, it happened at 8:30. This was the NFP news. NFP news. We don't trade that. I know some traders. I know some discords that they'll go long and short at the same time to try to get funded in their Apex accounts. I ain't doing that crap. That's ridiculous. All right, do you guys see this? We closed below this inversion right here. We're not taking that. I'm not taking that. I'll wait for something maybe like this one here. We just have too strong of bullish order flow for me to want to take something against the trend like that. I want to wait and be confident that we are going to run some swing lows like these down here. Now, if we get it very aggressive in this candle right here and we close above this, I'm interested in that for a quick scalp. All right, there was a quick scalp right there. It was just too aggressive. I ended up taking that before it closed. Based on the aggression of the candle, I got in early about here, and then I sold it on the push for about 10 handles. And it's on my micro account. I'm trading 5 micros on that account, and I wasn't able to show you guys. Actually, I got about 10 handles out of that. I'm not holding it because of just the volatility, and we're in a giant 1 minute or 30-second fair value gap. I don't want to hold anything in here because I'm not sure if it's going to want to retrace or give a good amount of retracement. It didn't work. It's like my orders did close when it should have. So if you're going to do something like that, the way you do it is you have both orders in before NFP. You have one going long and one going short. And as soon as you see your orders go one direction, you close those trades. You want to close. Why am I blurry? Come on. There we go. You want to close those trades as soon as you see it go in your direction. And you obviously let the other ones play out because it could turn and go to your direction. Yeah, I don't know, John, why it keeps doing it. I think it's this light right there that keeps trying to get in focus, and my camera is not realizing that it's not a human face. What is OCO? I don't even know what that is. Man, I'm getting a little annoyed that this micro screen is not popping up. I don't know what I need to do to make it pop. It's not working. Got it. Good morning, John. Good morning. We collapsed overnight. We are pretty close to sell side. Right now, I'm looking at 3 levels. We got the sell side level. We got data highs with a 5-minute fair value gap above. And I'm watching this 30-second fair value gap for confirmation that we want to move to the data highs. This week, I tell you. That's the truth. I know. Overall, though, it's been a great week. Price action, I'm not going to lie. Price action was so good yesterday that in the afternoon I ended up taking some trades and did really nice. Just because I couldn't believe how clean and clear the price action was. So ended up taking a couple trades that fared very nice. I think I made roughly $1,000 or so. And I didn't copy any trade. That wasn't any copying trade. I wasn't willing to copy trade. I had to draw the line somewhere. All right, so order flow. This is clear bullish order flow. Let's see what happens in this candle right here. We just closed above this 30-second fair value gap, so we just inversed it. Let's see if price wants to push to these highs right here. I don't know what that level is. That was we'll delete that. Good morning, Mags. How you doing? All right, looks like this is failing. This inversion did fail right here in this candle at 923. So we might see. Let's see what happens with price. I can still see nothing's changing until I close below this one. I'm choosing this one because this is the level where we had relatively equal highs right here. And it's going to be a big, you would normally find support here. This fair value gap would be really strong. We'd run this low and find support in this fair value gap for a higher move. So for me, what I would be looking at is I want to see it close below. And then I might look at either taking that or waiting for it to come back up to this breaker. I would be interested in that breaker right there. But really, for me to go bullish, we need to close above this level. And I'm not going to lie, it is very probable that we continue higher because if you've ever watched NFP, it is very common, very, very common that whatever direction the move is, we will go back and we will grab these data highs. We will run that low. So I'm always looking for that opportunity, but I don't have an opportunity here to take that. Alkai, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for comments on my video, the videos you watched yesterday or whatever day it was. I appreciate the support and watching those videos, guys. Hopefully they're helpful. All right, this is what I was referring to over here. I want to see an obvious bearish candle, something that really wants to move in my direction or in a bearish direction. And we may not get a retracement for an opportunity for an entry, but this is what I'm looking for, something obvious like this. This to me is obvious. Now, you could take an entry right there. That's an institutional order flow entry drill, which we could see it push lower right there. It wicked up into it, and now it could push lower right here. There's the stab into the breaker right there. Let's see if we find resistance. Nope. This is going to, that could be just a fake out to go higher. That's being very aggressive there. There's equal highs sitting right here. That's a draw on liquidity. We should run these. I think we're going to the data highs based on this reaction right here. What's up, T-Man? How you doing? All right, we got basically a minute and a half till open. 1 minute till open. I think we're, based on this and this manipulation leg, my gut's telling me the data highs based on that, but let's see what happens. We're going to find support right there. Did we sweep those? We left equal highs above. That sucks for wanting to go short. So I'm not interested in shorts because of these equal highs. I'd rather play with those equal highs because that's obvious for me. If we close below this, that may change things. I don't like that we left equal highs here. All right, there's the close. It's not leaving anything for us here, guys. See this price leg? We're not seeing any type of fair value gap. And this is why we didn't even go short here, because of these equal highs. It would have stopped. I mean, that would have been a loss right there. We closed below, and the next candle we close above. This is either choppy or the draw on liquidity is bullish. And if it's choppy, that means it still could go lower. It's not giving us a clear signal on where price wants to go. Happy Friday to you as well, T-Man. Happy Friday to you. It's going to be a great day. Today is the day the Lord's made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. No matter what, we rejoice and are thankful to the Lord for his provision, for his faithfulness in our lives. I'm thankful. I think we're going to run these lows here. Okay. That's aggressive. Aggressive. I'm looking for a wick up into here, and I would be interested in going short. But I'm looking for, I don't want to just take it right off the stab. I mean, it could just work, but I would look for a change in state of delivery. All right, there's the stab into, we want to find resistance here. Let's see if it actually wants to give us resistance. We did grab this low. This is why you got to be very careful. If we are, if we're on a seek and destroy Friday, this is going to be very common, and we're not going to run. It's going to grab a low, run the other direction. Grab a low, run the other direction. Here's a wick. Let's see if it wants to continue. There's our touch into there. That's I'm going to go short right there. Let's see what happens here. If we close above this candle, or this fair value gap, I'll go out. But I'm okay, we're going to close that because that's too aggressive. This is why we stay away from all this stuff. It looks like seek and destroy, so I'm going to sit on my hands. I'm going to wait until I get an obvious, clear move. This is it right here. Let's see if we get that. I mean, we ran lows and we're inversing this. This is the move here. Targeting the equal highs. I'm in this long. I'm already up 20 handles. Stops at break even, so if it stops me out, stops me out, I'll keep my position safe. We could see it wick into here. Be very careful on the wick into here. All right, we're still moving. We're targeting these swing highs, and then we're going to sell one contract and then hold for the data highs. I'm selling one there. Have one left. And I have my sell stop entered in profit, so I'm going to hold. My sell stop is sitting at 18,641. But I'm holding for the data highs right now. It's either going to stop me out or it's going to run for the data high. Okay, we're going to have a close above this 30-second. That's a good sign. It's really aggressive. It's obvious it wants to run a specific direction. Let's see. What is that? I don't even know what that is. So my entry was at 18,637. Entry at 637. So I am up 100 handles right now. Looking for that data high. And it could actually push even higher after that, but I'll sell at the data high. Come on. Do not do that to me. Oh, son of a gun. That's a wick test right there. Allowable. Come on. Be nice to me and just hit the data high. So still up about 100 points right now. I'm going to set my stop at the consequent encroachment right around here. If we hit the consequent encroachment, I'll be out. And that would bring me down to about 50 handles. All right, I sold there. That sucks. That's all right. You still could hold for this data high. What do we got going on here? Take it off. Take it off. Sometimes it's worth learning to hold through some of this stuff. I want to see if it turns right here and runs higher. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chart. Let's see. Take off. Deborah, what was that manipulation? Are you talking about stopping at the data highs? No, it just will do that sometime. The move was this move right here that I took right here. I get in on the 30-second long. This was the manipulation lower. And as soon as I saw these candles, how aggressive it was, after it swept this low, that was my clear indication. So this could be a Seek and Destroy Friday, which is totally doable. Ryan, I did catch that one setup for life, which is this play right here that I mentioned. The close on the 30-second, and I was up about 120 handles, but I closed it around 50 handles because it came back down into I closed at the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. We still have two draws on liquidity. We have the data high and we have the sell side, low side. So there's two opportunities there for people to take. I just wish it hit that data high and I would have had like I was in at 637 is where I got in for my long. So if I would have sold at that data high, which I didn't, it would have been 125 handles I would have had. That's okay. I was trying to exercise holding on to the trade. Sometimes it doesn't work in your favor. This is the inversion play that we took. Let's see if we bounce right here. Or if it wants to push through this. This is considered a balanced price range. If we close below this, high probability we're running for this low. But I'm not convinced quite yet that we want to do that. If you've already made money, you probably don't want to take another trade. This would be an opportunity right here. It's not an A+ setup because we're only redelivering from a fair value gap, not a swing low. So this could just be a small retracement and then we could continue lower. But I'm playing basically what the market, I'm just calling what the market's given us because we still have data highs and we still have the swing low. Yeah, it was there was gusts of over 100 miles an hour that came through. You know what's funny though? Right before it came through, I was like, in the name of Jesus, my trees will survive. I will not have any major damage to my trees. And to my left, my house, the house to my left had destroyed trees. The house across the street literally tipped over and was uprooted. And I had 0 broken branches in my yard. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, so see how it turned there? Yeah, we might still see some lower prices here. Yeah, not really anything I'd want to take here. Bearish SMT on ES. ES not even close to the data highs. Well, all the excitement came out right here, guys. Man, I'm so bummed that my mini account or my micro account wasn't able to show that. Because I can't, I mean, I would love to record that and put it on YouTube. That's what I really wanted to do. That's okay. Sitting on our hands waiting for something obvious. That's what we're doing. We're sitting on our hands waiting for something obvious. I'm done on my copy trade account for the day. I got something earlier today that was enough for me that I didn't want to mess around with NFP. So doing my cash account right now, that's up a few $100s on micro accounts. Wicked into this fair value gap. Let's see if we have the energy to now run these lows. If we have the energy to run these lows, we'll also be closing below. If we close below, that may be an indication to run these relatively equal lows here. And then this low resistance liquidity sitting right here. This is a 30-second line. That's where the 30-second fair value gap ends. Okay, it's official. We're waiting for the close of the 30-second and the 1 minute. 18 seconds left. See what happens. Okay, both of them have closed. I think we should run that low. It's 30-second high there. If it does not do what we just called out, we're gonna, it's more of seek and destroy patterns. Didn't grab the data high, barely wicking the low, not grabbing the low, running the other direction. So those are the things where we have to consider here. Okay, so it closed on the 30-second. The 1 minute is still right here, but it has a very large drawdown if you hold through that. We're watching this play out, guys. Watching this trade play out. $9:02 right now. Macro time. Excuse me, 10. 10:02. Moving stop to break even on that. That swing low right there. Looking for these data lows right there. Or not the data lows, but that swing low right here. And there it is. That's beautiful. Selling there. Woo! If you couldn't tell by my silence, it's because I was in that trade. So, I took that trade short. I called it out, and if you couldn't tell by my silence, I was in that trade. And anytime in your drawdown, you're on pins and needles. It did not close the 30. It did not close the 1 minute, so I held it. And then it went the other direction for me. So my drawdown, what was my total drawdown? I mean, based on this, I was convinced we were running to the data lows, which is right here. Or not data lows, the sell side liquidity. We just hit the sell side liquidity right there. That took some balls. What was that? My entry was there. I was 44 handle drawdown. I sold right here. So I got it was about a 1-to-1 ratio. I got 40 handles on that. We're calling it a day. Logging off, baby. Logging off the accounts. There we go. What a day, man. What a day. That was insane. 100-point move this way, 40-point move this way. I really had to hold through this drawdown. That was tough, I'm not going to lie. I didn't get the 100 points this way. I sold at 50 handles. So this was a hard... I held through this drawdown. That was tough, but I was determined to follow my rules. And thankfully, it aggressively went the other direction, which gave me the confidence to... I let it push through here and I sold. I should have held to these data, to the sell side liquidity. I should have held that. Nice job, BF. Probably going to see lower prices. If we look at this as the manipulation leg on the 5-minute, let's see what we got. From this data high, from the high to the low. Let's see what they overlap with here. A 1 hour, let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, guys, I think we have all this sell side to go here. I think we're going to run all of this. Not today, but we absolutely could this month, the month of August. If we just go one standard deviation, your target's 18,324. Right there. Send right here. See if we find resistance at that swing low. I'm thinking it probably would come more up into here. Right there. put in an order block. Let's see if it puts in this order block on the 1 minute. That means we're going to have a couple other big candles if it does that. All right, there's the order block that was put in. And what did I say? We're probably going to get some expansion candles lower. I mean, these are big candles, guys. These candles are... This candle alone was 50 handles. You got to be very careful on this, man. I'd be looking at a immediate rebalance. Come up to this candle right here. Come up here, maybe a little bit higher, but then a push lower. So there, you would be going short on a immediate rebalance, especially when you got candles like this. If we reach up to there first before we do any type of move lower, it should expand lower. Especially when you know we're headed towards a level, whether it's this one or some other sell side liquidity. So if you would have got in on that wick high, that's 432, 412, that's 20 handles for just this immediate retest or immediate rebalance. Here are my stats for today. Not on my copied account, but on my cash account. I only did 2 micros for my trading for the most part. I had 17 trades total. 14 were winning trades. 3 losing trades. Total profit 658. Total losing trades 234. So gross was about 423 plus your commissions. And that some of these trades were before I started live streaming too. there was just a lot of decent setups, guys. These also include break-even trades. So 80% win rate, 82% win rate. I don't know if that may be too small for you guys to see. So just my small cash account that I mess around with. Predominantly all of my trading I do though is on funded accounts. Just because I don't like using my cash account that much. I'd rather use other people's money. All right, team man. Let's get it. I may do an eval challenge next week. Would you guys want to do an eval challenge? Basically trying to pass your eval account in a day or two. So the question you need to ask yourself, if you're up for today, you should be done trading. You really, really, really should be done trading. You need to have self-discipline and you need to be content with what you made. Whether it's small or it's a lot, be content with the win. Walk away with the win. Close the account and enjoy the rest of your day. Now, the issue that is many people are going to have, that I've had as well, is I was only talking to those that were green. There's probably some of you that are red. How do you handle this? Well, when you hear a statement like that from some guy on YouTube, you're thinking, well, okay, yeah, I should be content, but he's not talking to me. I need to get green, and when I get green, I'll get content. No. You, probably more than the winners, need to walk away and close your charts. Because honestly, here's some rhetorical questions. How many losses did you take? If it's just one loss, okay, fair enough. One trade, one loss. I have a limit of 2 losing trades or 3 losing trades. But what's your limit? Being able to stop in the middle of your drawdown for the day will create more positive reinforcement that you can walk away than you trying to get it back today. because the reality is, the truth is, you're on the cusp of overtrading. You're on the cusp of revenge trading, trying to get back your losses. It may feel right. You may say to yourself, yeah, I'm just going to get back to break even. I'm done. That is disguised revenge trading. That is logical revenge trading. That is subliminal revenge trading. Walking away when you're down is a skill set that has to be learned as a trader. So I would recommend you learning to walk away. It's not as fun being on a stream like this and having to walk away from a trade, but it is a lesson. If you want to be a profitable trader, has to be learned. And I'm not saying it's easy, because I still have to deal with it. I still have the same feelings that you're probably feeling right now of, man, I'm down. I probably should stop, but I really want to get out of this loss. I have to deal with that every time. And I'm not saying it's easy. And I guarantee you, everybody in this chat has had that experience and can tell stories of how they wish they would have stopped beforehand. And I'll be the first to raise my hand. I'll be the first to raise my hand and say, I didn't realize my face isn't on the screen. I'll be the first to raise my hand and say that I've done that many a times. But being able to walk away in that drawdown, here, T-Man, I blew it this week. Held a loser on Tuesday and paid dearly. I feel ya. That's a nice feature on Top Step, BF. It has a lockout feature. Once you click lock, can't trade until the new day open again. Now, the key is somebody getting to the point to push the lock button. They have a lockout feature after you lose a certain amount. Can you set that, BF? You can do it on Apex as well. If you use Apex and you're on and you use Trade of 8, let me show here. For those of you that use Apex right now and you use Trade of 8 for your trading, for your orders, when you go to the settings on the right, under accounts, you'll have your risk settings. You can change your risk settings to only allow you to have up to $60, $100, $200 for a loss for the day. So you can set your risk amount on there. The only thing that sucks is if you want to trade, you can do it on your individual account, but if you copy trade, it will only lock you out on that account. You'd have to set it for all the accounts, but you should be able to do the risk management as well. You just want to do it when you're not in this emotional state of having losses. If you're in the emotional state of having losses, nothing wants to do that. Or you'll get to the point where it hurts and then you'll say you'll do it. But you don't want to get to that point. Yes, you can, T-Man. You can trade Apex on TradingView. I do it every day. And you can have copied accounts through TradingView as well. Yeah, you can do that on TradingView. But overall, I'd say good trading day, good stream. Probably going to call it a day here, guys. There's no reason for me to be on. There's no reason for me to trade anymore today. I'm going to call it a day. I got some fires to put out. I helped somebody buy a house. They just found out that somebody was murdered in the house. They're not too happy about it. So I got to find out what their options are. Can you imagine buying a house, buying it, and then finding out somebody was murdered in it? I feel for them. They didn't disclose it. There's no record of it. Pretty nasty stuff. So I got to deal with that and a couple other transactions, do some paperwork. And then, yeah, my kids start school next week, so I'm going to hang out with them. We went to the zoo earlier this week. We'll probably do something with them and have some fun. So we're going to call it a day here, guys. That is it for this week. Use that 80% off code DTJ. We got that code. I'm super pumped about it. DTJ for the best Apex discounts that are available. That code will, if it's 90% off, you'll get 90% off with that code. If the discount's 80% off, you'll get 80% off with that code. So it's always the updated code to use when Apex is doing a sale of any kind. So check those out. And we will be on here next week. Next week, Monday morning, 9:20 New York Standard Time. We'll be here. We'll be streaming. We'll have some fun. Hopefully, I'll get out my inversion fair value gap video this week. Or, excuse me, this weekend. So be on the lookout for that. And then I'll be doing some more on order blocks, change in state of delivery, balanced price ranges, immediate rebalances. Those are the videos that I'm going to be starting to put out. I'm creating my Essential Trader series. An Essential Trader, all the essentials you need as a trader to trade ICT Concepts. So I'm working on that video library, and we'll be putting that together over the next couple months. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, we'll see you next week, guys. God bless.